The rounds here were completely different than what we normally expect because these questions were not the questions you're prepared for. They're comparing you one and one. They chose only experienced cabin crew. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angelina Rodrick and you're watching She Beyond Your League. Hey guys, good morning. I got up, brush किया, लोली पोली की and now I am going ready होने and yeah, अभी क्या बार बार मेकअप दिखाऊँ, टाइम लैप्स दिखाऊँ. So I'm focusing on getting ready now. So you guys are from home. I couldn't show you guys more because I was running late and अभी 12 बजे और मैं यहाँ से बैठी हूँ. Google Maps पे 59 minutes दिखा रहा है and it's not like proper 12 o'clock. It's like 12:15 वाली वेटिंग ऐसा and 59 मिनट दिखा रहा है और थोड़ा बहुत ट्रैफिक दिखा रहा है. बट आई डोंट नो भाई, मैं अपने हर रिक्शा वाले अंकल लोगों को ना सुपर सीधा समझती हूँ और सोचती कि वो फटाफट पहुँचा देंगे. मैं अंकल को बोल के रखा, अंकल फटाफट पहुँचा दें. तो यहाँ है उस अंकल फटाफट पहुँचा दे. डर वर लग रहा है मेरे को बहुत सारा, या थोड़ा सा पता नहीं डर लग रहा है मेरे को. लेट्स सी हाउ दिस गोस, दिस एक्सपीरियंस. दिस इज माय फर्स्ट एवर कैबिन क्रू एक्सपीरियंस. तो मैं अकेले में पहले गई हूँ, तभी तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा डरी हुई थी. पर मैं ना क्या इंसान हूँ पता है, मैं नर्वस होती हूँ, ठीक है, मैं डरती हूँ और फिर जब करने की बात होती है ना तब एकदम आराम से करके आ जाती हूँ. तो मेरे को खुद के ऊपर भी गुस्सा आता है कि लाइक मैं डरी क्यों हूँ. बाय द वे, दिस इज़ माय नेल्स. मेरे खुद के नेल्स है, इनको शेप किया. ये वाले अभी थोड़े से बढ़ रहे हैं. मेकअप किया है आफ्टर लो बन. या दैट्स हाउ वी आर गोइंग. मेरे को पर्पल शर्ट है, दिस इज अ न्यू वन. बैग सब रेडी है, लेट्स गो. एंड मेरा मेरे जो पेपर्स थे, मेरे प्रिंट आउट निकाल के आई ना, इनवाइट का और मेरे सीवी का, दोनों बीच रास्ते में उड़ गए. लिटरली बीच रास्ते में रिक्शा चल रहा है और पेपर उड़ गए. और मैं एक्चुअली यहाँ से फाइल निकाल रही थी, पुट द पेपर्स और वो उड़ गए. तो मैं उतरी फटाफट और पेपर्स उठाए घाई में. थैंक गॉड कोई गाड़ी वाड़ी नहीं है. So I reached the location and and बाहर भी लोग, बहुत सारे लोग बैठे हुए हैं. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Just left you guys. It's currently now 5 o'clock and yes, I'll tell you guys more about the experience once I reach home. So yeah. Guys, my today's video is about my cabin crew interview experience with Indigo Airlines that happened in Mumbai on 6th October 2021. So that was pretty recently. So you guys, before we get started, I would really appreciate if you guys give this video a like before leaving, and also if you like this video, and also subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell in case you don't want to miss any of my further videos regarding cabin crew. I also make vlogs, I also make hauls, I make content relating to beauty, fashion, makeup and many more things. So if you guys are interested in that, do follow me, and also follow me on all my social media handles on the screen and link down below. If you guys are wondering why I look like a hot mess today, that is because I went to a party and that is why I am too tired and little bit drunk. So अगर मैं किधर बीच में my brain stops processing or I do तो क्षमा कर लेना और समझ लेना, ठीक है, please. Because even after that I am making this video because I know मैं last week से try कर रही हूँ वीडियो बनाने का about my experience with Indigo Airlines, but वो टले जा रहा है because I'm having a very busy schedule, like literally busy, and I somewhat like it also because वो kick मिलता है. But seriously बहुत busy schedule चल रहा है, like literally मेरे को weekend पे भी rest करने को नहीं मिला, and मुझे पता है कि मेरा next week भी वैसे जाने वाला है. So I know I'm not going to get time to shoot this video, and also why not shoot it when it looks so good. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, as I told you guys, my interview was on 6th of October 2021. That was recently, last Tuesday, I guess. That was in Hotel Galaxy. So, about the hotel. So, first, because of the hotel, many people had the doubt that probably this is a fake interview and everything like that. And people even confirmed it with many other people. But yes, it wasn't a fake interview. It was a real interview. And the reason why they had that doubt was because Indigo Airlines and many big airlines, keep interviews in big 5-star hotels, that is like JW Marriott, Radisson Blu and stuff like that. And this time it was a 2-star hotel, and yes, it wasn't a good hotel, and It was like a normal hotel that people have, like, you know, this building kinds of hotels. You can Google it. It was in Santa Cruz. And yes, actually, the problem that many people had is for these interviews, there are many girls who come. There are many candidates who come. There will be around 700 to 800, you know, candidates coming, and that hall didn't have that much place, and that's why they had to make people keep waiting outside, due to which many people complained that they had, where there was direct sunlight, so there was no shed also on top of them, so many people complained that they had to sit in, you know, the धूप, you know, कड़कती धूप में उनको बैठना पड़ रहा था after traveling so much. So that was one really bad thing. Also there was, like, the interview के लिए they had called us at around 1 PM, ठीक है, and they had told it will be a day long process and everything like that. But when you think of a day long process, that is so many rounds and so much of waiting for so many people, you think about food, right? So there was no such availability for food. No one even asked you, no one even told you that you could go outside, and you know, this would take a little bit time, so we would like to give you a break, we would like to take a break. Probably they took their break inside, but they were like, no, we are not going to tell you to eat. Yeah, so that was a really bad thing, because people actually traveled from really far, so they should have told us, like, you know, you guys can have a little break now, you could order something for yourself, or you could go somewhere and eat and be back by this time, and we'll continue the interview again, or something like that. So that's what people, like, you know, expect out of such a big company. So that was also not a good thing, that there was nothing like that told. And we were there, see, like from 1 o'clock to literally 3 o'clock, we didn't move a lot. We, like, it was, so basically there was this sitting arrangement, okay, so everyone had to, like, you know, धीरे धीरे जब यहाँ से लोग जा रहे थे, there was like that seating arrangement, there was like this seating arrangement, there was like this seating arrangement, and there was corner seats, and then there was a door, so outside जाने वाला door, and then here there was the cabins where you have to go inside for the interview. So people were going from here, then we had to shift ahead and like that all the things, and then we go ahead. So the seat change करके आगे जाने वाला जो period होता है, वो for 1 hour we like barely even moved 2 or 3 rows. So not 1 hour, 2 hours we barely even moved 1 or 2 rows, because the 12 o'clock वाले जो लोग थे, जो candidates थे, वो लोग late आए. So अगर वो लोग लेट आते हैं तो बाय हम लोग जो टाइम पे आए हैं 1 बजे, हम लोग जो अपने टाइम पे आए थे, मी एंड मेनी गर्ल्स वर देयर हु हैड कम ऑन टाइम, तो आपको लाइक जो लेट आए उनका लेट लो ना इंटरव्यू, हम लोग को क्यों लेके रुका रहे हो, गेटिंग इट? सो जो लेट आए, जो पंक्चुअल, एटलीस्ट वो लोग को तो लो पहले. एंड द थिंग वाज लाइक दे वर प्रीटी लेट, 1 hour लेट. सो अब तक फिर लाइक यू नो 2 hours तक तो बस उनका ही इंटरव्यू चल रहा था 12 o'clock वालों का, एंड आई थिंक दे टुक अ ब्रेक, सो उसके लिए बहुत टाइम लग गया. एंड देन अचानक से वो लोग ने लाइक यू नो, वो लोग को भी शायद रियलाइज हुआ कि बहुत टाइम जा रहा है, या उनका लाइक यू नो दैट रेंट, वो जगह जो उन्होंने ली है उसका पेमेंट का टाइम पूरा होता रहेगा 6 बजे. सो अराउंड लाइक 3-4 they paced up and they started taking girls फटाफट, like 5 में they were taking girls inside for the first round. So they were taking 5 girls inside and no one knows what's happening inside, because after going inside there was a exit through there only, so you had to go from there only, so you cannot come back, so people won't get to ask you, you won't know what is going on inside, कितना टाइम लगता है, क्या लगता है not. So पहले जिस चीज़ को 2 घंटे लग रहे थे, like literally 1 ग्रुप को, ठीक है, उसके बाद आधे घंटे बाद देन द सेकंड ग्रुप, एंड देन लाइक 5 पीपल, देन उसके आधे घंटे बाद थर्ड ग्रुप, ऐसा जा रहा था. सो बहुत टाइम लग रहा था लोगों को, जो बाद में 3 to 4 o'clock के टाइम पे फटाफट जाने लगा. देयर वाज बॉटल ऑफ वाटर्स, लेट मी मेंशन दैट, देयर वाज नो फूड, नो बिस्किट, नथिंग लाइक दैट, लाइक यू नो एटलीस्ट स्नैक टू मंच ऑन, यू नो, सो सॉरी फॉर दैट, स्नैक टू मंच ऑन ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए था. बट एनीवेज क्या बोले, अभी शायद उनका बजट बहुत ज़्यादा लो था, कोरोना हिट अस ऑल रियली बैडली. सो यू नो ये 2-star होटल को देखते हुए ऐसा लग रहा था कि लाइक यू नो बजट हिला दिया इन लोग का. एनीवेज, तो बॉटल ऑफ वाटर्स अवेलेबल, एंड देन वी, you know, then they started taking 5 people together. So I understood that, like we understood that after going inside कि how that was happening, क्यों इतने जल्दी हो रहा है, तो हम लोग को अंदर जाके पता चला. बट बाहर like we were like क्या कर रहे हैं लोग अंदर जाके इतने जल्दी कैसे, like you know बुला रहे एक के बाद एक अचानक से. तो हम लोग we were literally making jokes like बस शायद बस मास्क निकालना है, दिखाना है, फिर लगाना और निकलना है. So we making jokes like that. I made really good friends, like 5 friends, and we still are in touch. We have a group where we discuss about all of these, discuss about the other things. So we really bonded really well. So yeah, उनके ही साथ मेरा था GD round. So anyways, that was not like you know completely a GD round. I'll tell you guys more about that. So वैसे करके हम लोग को बुला रहे थे, फिर वैसे करते हमारा चांस आ गया आधे घंटे के अंदर, ठीक है, like around 4:30 हमारा चांस आ गया. So we were the 5 people, and then I was like, we literally became friends, and now we are going to be competitors in the GD round. So yeah, then we went inside to the first room. So there were 3 rooms, ठीक है. So the rounds here were completely different than what we normally expect, and the way they were taking was like very different. शायद वो लोग ने स्टार्टिंग में जो 1-2 घंटे लग रहे थे उनमें उन्होंने प्रॉपर्ली लिया होगा, बट इसमें उन्होंने प्रॉपर्ली नहीं लिया, because they had to hurry up. So yes, so the first round was the GD round what we were expecting, since they were calling us in 5. So we went inside, and it was not a GD round. Like, it was not something that in which they give you a topic and you could discuss about it with each other, you know. So what that was, it was just comparing 5 girls. It was like, you know, comparing 5 people, 5 candidates. So it was basically they asked each person 2 questions, same question. She told us first, she told us hello everyone and everything like that. Then she gave us 2 questions. Now what were these 2 questions? What we heard outside was, they are giving us GD में like women empowerment पे बोलने के लिए, or they asking us why you want to be a cabin crew, or there was one more thing which I forgot what they were, बाहर अफवाह चल रही थी, but अंदर उन्होंने हमें 2 questions पूछे. She told me I'm going to ask each one of you all 2 questions, and the questions are the same. The question is, why do you want to be a cabin crew with Indigo Airlines? And the second question is, what is the best favorite, like, you know, favorite memory of your childhood? Yeah, what was your best memory of your childhood? So that was the second question. So those were the only 2 questions, और दोनों ही questions बहुत लोगों को पता है कि बहुत common है cabin crew के इसमें interviews में, but that is what you expect in, you know, HR round and like, you know, one-on-one round, not for GD. In GD we, like, you know, expect something like women empowerment, something like tell me, like, you know, COVID cases का क्या, like, you know, is the third wave going to come, or something like that, you know, COVID के relating, or something, or political question or something like that, where you can discuss with the people. But here it was, we all were answering individually our answers to the person. So basically it was she comparing all 5 of us. We started one by one answering. She asked the girl from that side to start answering, and she gave her answer. Then the other girl gave her answer. Then the third girl gave her answer. Then the fourth girl gave her answer, and then I gave my answer. So what was my answer? I'm trying to take a lesson from them also for myself. I'm telling you guys what I learned sitting over there. Since I was the last person to answer, I could learn a lot from their answers. Not as in I didn't get points from their answers, but I understood the mistakes they were doing, and that what I didn't have to do. So basically, the first girl, she started, she was really good in communication, she was really pretty, her height was really good, and you know, she had everything that was compatible to be a cabin crew. But when she was being asked a question, she was answering and everything like that. She was really good in communicating, let me put that out too. But I guess she got a little nervous, or she was not that prepared for that particular answer. She was really good at everything, let me tell you guys that, but she was not prepared for those generic answers, like, you know, question and answers. Like, why do you want to be a cabin crew and what is your best memory from your childhood? So she was not prepared for it on the spot when they put her on the spot with those questions. So that is where वो थोड़ा सा हल्का पड़ गई, you know, but her communication was good. So वो थोड़ा सा हल्का पड़ गई, but that she didn't let to come on her face. So she was really confident about her answer. She was like, yeah, थोड़ा सा अटक रही थी वो, but what I noticed is she should have waited for some time, thought about her answer, and then answered. So when they asked me the question, my answer was, why do I want to be a cabin crew with Indigo Airlines? So I gave my answer. I told them I'm really passionate about it. See, it's not only about the work or the income, it is about my passion, and I'm really passionate about it, and that's the reason why I want to be a cabin crew. I have all the qualities of being a cabin crew. I'm a very extrovert and outgoing personality. I really like to interact with people, and that everything, every single line of it came from within my heart, because that was true. But in the same way, what I observed in others' answers was that was ratified, and most girls actually do it. It didn't come from their heart, so that was very visible that it was ratified, right? So now I'm talking to you guys, and since you understand each and every word, that's why I'm saying it like this. So you guys understand what I'm saying, but the way I answered it was with a smile, with expressions, like I'm really passionate about it. It's not only about the work and the income, but I really want to do it as my passion, and I want to make my passion my career. And I told them that I'm a really extrovert and outgoing personality. I like to gel out with people. I like to gel up with people. I like to know them. I like to interact with them. I like to know their culture. I like to know their religion. I like to know their food. Like I'm a big foodie and everything like that. Since I'm a big foodie, I like to do this, I like to do that, this everything, like, you know, I summed up in my answer. Everything that came to my head at that point was from my heart. So what I noticed about others is that they were not answering from their heart, they were ratifying, and that is what I could see in the face of the interviewer itself, that she came to know that those answers are ratified. Okay, so I'll give you an example of what the answers were like. And mind me, these people were really good in communicating. I'll tell you guys. Okay, so the answers were like, I want to become a cabin crew because I really like to explore the world, and I want to become a cabin crew because I want to serve people. Oh my god, guys. See, those are the requirements, but that immediately puts your impression down in front of the interviewer, because that is ratified. Like 101% it's ratified. No one likes or has the passion of serving people bachpan se, or like pehle se. They don't have the passion for serving people. Yes, you can say you like to interact with people, have the passion to travel the world. That can be a passion. But at this point, when you say I like to serve people, that literally comes out as a form of desperation, that you want to shoot your shot, you want to
take this opportunity, you want to like, you want this job. And yes, that comes in a form of desperation, but not in a good way. So don't do that, guys. That is the one tip I want to give you guys. Second, be prepared for your answer. So there was this one girl who was really good, and like, height was good, her weight was good, her like, her personality was good, she was really confident, she was really good at communication, but where she lacked was her answering. Okay, she was not prepared for the generic questions. So I want to tell you guys, the cabin crew interview has the most general questions you can ever have. It's very easy to crack if you're a good communicator, if you prepare yourself really well and express it with your heart. Okay, and yes, that is where she lacked. Reason behind that was because she was not prepared for the basic general questions. And yes, due to that, she got self-conscious. She wasn't able to answer to the questions the interviewer was actually asking, and वो भटक रही थी अपने questions से कहीं ना कहीं. So yes, that made a really confident person very nervous. Really prepare very well. The reason why I was prepared is nothing, like literally nothing. I didn't prepare at all. I literally just went through my notes that I had in my phone, Samsung notes. I went through it, I guess 15 minutes before reaching to the venue, and that was about 2 hours before my interview. So that's all I went through. Okay, and those were the general questions. So I will make a video on that one. I'll also tell you guys my questions and my answers for it, and you guys can take an idea and answer accordingly. And the way I got my answers to my questions and how I came to know about those questions is researching. That is what I did, and that was done in January. So yeah, nothing was like too difficult. It's nothing difficult. It's basic general questions, guys. You can easily crack it. So what happened next? So we were the 5 girls. Okay? So one of that girl was really so good in communicating when she was with us. Like, she just met us, she's a stranger to us, but she was so fun loving. She had expressions and nakhras on her face like most of us girls have. So yes, she was really good, she was really bright, and I thought like she has that spark in her, she will get into it. But when she went in front of the interviewer, she was very nervous and she couldn't speak at all, guys. And when I'm saying at all, she couldn't speak at all. She couldn't frame her answers, and she was not even the first one. She was like just before me, so she was the 4th one, and she was not able to speak at all. That made me so sad for her. Like, guys, please practice. ठीक है, अगर आपको लगे भी ना कि आपको ज़रूरत है, आप फिर भी practice करो. Look at yourself in the mirror and try to talk to yourself, and that's how you can communicate nicely. Don't be scared. Don't at all be scared. Strangers के लिए तो हम लोग भी उसके लिए strangers थे, right? But she had that kind of scare that we have when we are in school or college in front of our teachers and ma'ams and professors, So yeah, she was not able to speak at all, and the only thing she kept repeating it, I'm so sorry, I'm really good in talking, but I am feeling very nervous. And again she said, I'm feeling very nervous. So the other thing that I observed is there are many girls who are not fluent in English. See, I am not telling you guys to speak ekdam एकदम इधर वाला English, एकदम बाहर वाला English. That's not what even they're asking you to. But what they're asking you guys to do is to listen to their questions properly and answer accordingly, and not bhatko from it. That is all they're asking you guys. And to speak basic English with basic grammar. So when I say many, there were many such girls who didn't know proper English or were not able to answer the question that they were asking a question to. वो बहुत भटक रहे थे. So guys, and there were many such girls who are applying for this interview many a times. They have come so many times, like so much efforts. They have been trying from many years, but still they're not able to crack it, and this is the reason. And yes, they're not learning from their past mistakes. So if you are one of them, please I request you, बहुत दर्द होता है literally when I saw that so many good girls, like literally English is not important, but at least for this job you need to know the basics, and you need to be able to answer to the question they're asking. ठीक है, only yes, your confidence, the way you speak, the way you express, the way you smile, that all is also important. The way you look is also important, but it's not enough. You need to practice your English. You need to be fluent in English. चाहे तो कोई classes ले लो and then come for an interview, because like this you are wasting your money, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your interview, the times you're giving your interview, you're wasting that. Because you would have been selected, and for such a time that after Corona it started, like after so long, you've got this opportunity after so long, so you need to grab this opportunity. So don't miss it. Take training, stay coaching, and come prepared for this interview. Also, there were some girls who tried to put the things related to Indigo. That was like, why do you want to be a cabin crew for Indigo Airlines? Us question mein they try to put like the knowledge they have about the company to impress the interviewers. So they were like, Indigo is the best airline, they have the best low cost carrier and everything like that. So the interviewer was like, मैं भी Indigo से ही हूँ. I want to know about you. So I know about Indigo. So don't tell me all those things. I want to know about you. So you see, like if you try to impress them and put some other answer into some other question, or answer something else for another question and try to impress them or something, it doesn't work. Don't do it. It looks really desperate in a bad way. And yes, what is the question, answer that only, and understand the question and answer accordingly. There are many people who don't understand the question, so please prepare for it. The whole answer is just prepare for it. Same like others, I was also pretty nervous. Just because I am confident, that doesn't mean I don't get nervous. I was also very nervous, but because it was my first cabin crew interview experience. Okay, so this was my first cabin crew interview. Before that, I've been for an interview, and for that I was very nervous because that was a normal, like, different job interview, and that was not cabin crew interview. So but I have been through an interview before. I've been through that one-on-one thing and everything like that, so I had a little confidence from that. Okay, but still I was pretty nervous. And yeah, the reason why I didn't prepare much, because I didn't feel like, I thought that I was stressing myself simply, and I should relax and just let my heart do the work, like let's let my heart out, while answering. So that's the reason why I didn't take much tension, and I was not, like, too much into it. But yes, I think that really worked for me. So what happened is, the first girl gave her take, the second one gave her, the third one gave her, fourth one gave hers, and until then, if you have to wait, your anxiety goes very up. And yes, that was the case with me. But I am a person actually that doesn't let it show on my face. Even when I'm having a bad day, I don't let anyone see it on my face. Like, you won't even make out that I had a bad day. Yeah, that is who I am. So yes, even though I was, scared and nervous, I looked at others, I learned from them, I learned what I have to not do, I learned what I have to do, I learned all these things. So what I noticed is that even some of them, yeah, this was also one bad thing that I noticed, that obviously many people have saw these videos where people say that you need to smile while answering. Just smile. They just want to see how expressive you are. They want to see your smile. They want to see how joyful you are, how happy you are, how positive you are. And yes, that's how most of the people answered all the answers. They were like, happy person, I like to explore the world. Even for things that was not that, it looked as if you're smiling unnecessary at some point, like, and this and now what people mean by telling you that you have to smile no matter what, keep smiling when you answer, what they actually mean is that you need to be expressive, you need to express what you say. So that is what it comes in my second question. So how I answered my second question is that, what is my favorite memory of my childhood? Okay, so my answer was, my favorite memory from my childhood is me going with my family to Goa every year. Since Goa is an escape place, whenever we didn't go to Goa, or whichever would be the year that we didn't visit Goa, we would really feel, very down, very bad, very depressed, because we were not able to go to our escape place. I am a Goan and I love Goan food. I love my culture. I love being around my people for at least 10 days in a year, and that's the same with my family. So my favorite childhood memory would be me going to Goa. So in this, what all were the expressions that you guys saw? The expressions that you guys saw was happiness, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, nakhra, like, so you saw how I'm putting out my feelings, and I am making you guys invested in my answer, in my story. So what basically these interviewers are trained to do is not to show you any expression, even if you like them or you don't like them. They're trained to not show you any expression. They're trained to not give you any hint. They're trained to give you anxiety. I don't know why, but they are. Okay, so yes, what I noticed, the difference in the interviewer during others, while she was taking others, listening to others' answers, and mine was that while listening to others, she didn't have an expression on her face. After they were done answering the questions, she went forward with the other person. Okay? And she asked the first person to put on their mask. That's it. But when she came to me, I made her invested into my story, like I made you guys invested into my story, into my answer. And you felt that really, like, I am telling you the truth. Like, I am telling you what comes out from my heart. So even if you're a person who wants to join the cabin crew job, not for your passion, but for the money or for the work, but you want to tell them, or you even want to lie, or you want to tell them that, that's your passion, or if you're not really a person who is an extrovert, but you want to make them feel out there that I am an extrovert, I can communicate with people, you have trained yourself, you obviously want them to take you for the job, then also you need to be expressive. So they feel it is true, so they feel it is real. Now what came from me it was within my heart. But even if it is not from your heart, even if there is something that you don't feel as much, you should express it. Just not with a smile, but with emotions. So just show that emotions and talk to them, make them invested in your story. And how I came to know that she was invested in my story and she liked me was when she told me and she asked me a question that she didn't ask anyone. She didn't even tell anyone anything. But she asked me a question regarding my answer. And that question was, are you a Goan shifted to Mumbai? So are you a Goan shifted to Mumbai? And that was with a smile. So that's how I know she got invested in my story. And I told her, no, we are not Goan. I have stayed in Mumbai from birth, born and brought up here. But we used to visit Goa every year. So that's how I knew that yes, my work here is done. Like, she liked me. So after that, what she did is she took two of us girls' names. That was the first person who was really confident and everything like that. She was really confident. She was really pretty. Everything. Like, this I'm telling you because of what happened further. So yes, she took her name and she took my name, and she told the other three to leave for the day. She told us to get up and show our hands like this and like this to her, and she told us to show our legs. And yeah, for that she told us to stand up and come near her. Once we did that, the first girl went and she did that. She showed her hands and her legs. But when she showed her hands, she told her, actually, I do have a tattoo that was over here. The tattoo was pretty big. She had a tattoo over here. She had a pretty big tattoo, but she was getting it laser removed. And she had only 2 settings left. That was only 1 month left for it to be completely removed. But they didn't really accept it, and they made her sit, and she told her that, see, the company's policy is that we cannot take anyone having a tattoo on their arm or anywhere where it's visible other than the uniform. So she tried to convince them, but ma'am, it's like just 1 month ahead, like 1 month more, like it just needs 2 more settings and everything like that. But she was like, no dear, and she tried to convince them a lot, but she didn't listen. So that's why I told you guys that she was really good in communication. She was really beautiful. She was really had a great personality, and she looked like a cabin crew already. And also, I personally thought that she also had those things like I have, the passion for becoming a cabin crew or being an extrovert and being really interested in talking to people and being interacting with people. She really had those things with me. So I really thought that she would be really capable for it, and I thought that they should have given her a chance. But since it was a tattoo problem, I was like, ठीक है, like it's the policy, obviously ऐसा होना ही है. But I thought that they should have at least kept her on a hold. या 1 महीना तो लग ही जाता है training and all के लिए, but probably that's not what they want or they wanted. So yes, they removed her. I felt really bad. We even felt bad for the 3 girls, the girls that had just become our friends, that they had to go, which we pretty much thought that they would get selected. But yes, थोड़ी बहुत यहाँ वहाँ पे कमियाँ थी that even they might have been realized, and that is what you have to do. You have to learn from your previous interviews. ठीक है, so वो भी सोचो. Then she was also told to leave for the day, and then she checked my hands and legs. So she checked this. She asked me about my birthmark, like, what is this? So I told her it's my birthmark. So she told me okay. Then she checked my legs, everything, and then she told me, okay, you sit outside. I will be sending you in for the second round, that is the communication round. And regarding your birthmark, I asked her that is my birthmark a problem that time itself. So she told me that you will have to check with the medical round. So if you get selected in the communication round, you will be going to the medicals round. Now what happened? I sat outside, and already there was one girl on hold from medical round, and there was another girl waiting for the communication round, ठीक है, with me. So what they were actually doing inside, जिसकी वजह से process जल्दी हो रहा था, was that they were taking people 2-3 के, like they were taking 2-3 people for each round. So first round तो GD round जैसा हुआ नहीं. It was more like a personal interview, but comparing with the other 5 people. And yes, if you look at it that way, it was really difficult. Like, yes, they are comparing you, but it's like they're comparing you one-on-one. Like in GD round also, yes, they do compare you with the other candidates, and so many of them. But this was GD plus one-on-one. So that was very difficult to also crack. Okay, so that is why also people were really nervous. So don't take it lightly. They wanted to hurry up. That's the reason they did this procedure. Then second was communication round, for which that girl was there with me. They sent both of us. So that is what I thought they were doing. They called 5 girls. The last 4 o'clock, as I told you guys, like jaldi ले रहे थे 5 लड़की लोग को. I guess that is what they were doing. They were like putting them together in every round or something like that. Like जो भी select हो उनको साथ में भेज रहे थे for the other rounds. So that is what happened. I went with another girl for the communication round. Now, let me tell you guys, that girl was also really beautiful, really good looking, with a good personality, good height, good weight, and yeah, everything was really good, very good communication skills. We also bonded in just like 5 or 10 minutes. So yes, that's how both, like, 2 people who communicate really nicely bond really fast. So like, we really bonded very quickly and very nicely. She also shared with me her other cabin crew, interview experiences, and also she was experienced. She has been for many interviews and everything like that. And yes, we went for this round. And in that round, there was a sir who was also, like, when you look at him, after we answered all our questions, he had like no expression on his face, like no expression. As I told you guys, they're trained for doing that. He had like literally no expression on his face. Like, it was not whether he liked us, he didn't like us, is he going to select us, did he like me, did he like her answers, or what? You don't know, because he didn't show a single expression. That sir didn't show a single expression. So yes, but that sir was really creative. That we came to know by sitting outside. He was asking really creative questions for communication. So we were kind of like 2 minutes में कितना ही prepare हो सकते हैं, but mentally थोड़ा prepared थे कि like कुछ creative questions होने वाले हैं. And then there was few girls who came out. They told us like he was asking many questions. Like he was asking like, what do you guys do? What did you guys do in COVID? सबको अलग-अलग question पूछ रहे थे. And then one of them was also an influencer. So he asked them about like what do you do exactly in content creation? How do you earn? What do you do? And everything, just to know their communication skills. So that's the reason he had that big long conversation. So then he called us inside. Obviously, we both were nervous. No matter how good you are in communication, you are going to be nervous. That is common in everything. Don't think that, you're getting too nervous. It's okay to be nervous. Okay? We went inside. We spoke to him. First, we started with good evening, sir. How's your day going? Then he replied. He told us good evening. Then we started. He started asking us questions. So what he asked her is like, you know, where are you from? So she said Airoli. Then he asked her that, you know, from how long have you been over there? Like, you know, and how is everything around there? And you tell me more about Airoli. Then he asked her, you're working somewhere, right? Looking at her resume. So she said yes. Then he told her to tell him more about her job. Then he asked her, what did you do in your free time during COVID? And what do you like doing during your free time? And then he asked me about my place. Where do I stay? How is my place? How is my surroundings? What's going on? What I did after COVID? What I did in COVID? And what I like to do in my free time. And we both answered, and she was the first one to answer. And that round, let me be really clear, I was pretty nervous. Okay, I was pretty nervous because these questions were not the questions you're prepared for. Okay, these were not the generic questions that you know that they're going to ask you, like why do you want to be a cabin crew, or what is your favorite childhood memory, or what is your positive things, what are your negative things, you know, such generic questions. These were not them. Tell me more about yourself, tell me about yourself, why should we hire you? These were not those questions. These were something coming creatively out of his mind on the spot. So yes, I was pretty nervous, and I didn't give my 100% for this one. I just gave my 70%. Let me be really honest with you guys. She answered, and after she was done, he asked me those questions and I answered. I told him about my place. I gave him all of those answers, but I didn't give my 70% and I didn't give my 100%, and I knew that from within my heart. So I was sure that she's going to get selected. Once we came out of there, we like, he has no expression, and I was sure that she's going to get selected, and I was so angry on myself for being nervous and not giving my 100%, because that one mistake of not giving my 100% and just my 70% could have ruined my entire mehnat of coming here, getting it my entire chance. This is opportunity for everyone, and that could have ruined everything. Like the way I answered, I gained my confidence, that would have ruined everything, and I was so angry on myself. But I was also happy for her because I knew that she did 100%. And yes, I didn't give my 100% is what I felt, but I think somewhere, okay, let me just tell you what happened. Once I did that, it took a while. That sir went outside with our resumes in hand. I don't know why. Then he came inside. I don't know why. He went outside, he came inside, and then he gave our resumes to them. Then he told them the answer, and then she came outside. There was a lady who was telling us every time after each round if we are selected or no, and that was like the one who's not selected was asked to, like, their resume was given back to them and asked them to, you know, proceed for the day. So I thought, now at any moment she's coming out with my resume in hand and telling me to proceed for the day. I was scared. I was nervous because this other girl was a great tucker for me. Like, I knew it on the spot. She was a great best tucker for me at that point. She answered, she gave her best, I gave her my best. Like, we were a good tucker. And I thought I didn't give my best. But listen, hear me out. The lady came outside and she removed the resume. I thought, that's my resume. I am going to be leaving, I guess. And she gives it to her and tells her, I am so sorry, you can proceed for the day. Thank you so much. And she took the resume and she started leaving. But, you know, when I thought that, even in my mind, in my heart, I wish that they should take both of us, you know, because we both were so good and we really deserved it. But she gave her the resume back in her hand, and I looked at her and I was like, shit yaar, dono ko lena chahiye tha. I was literally said this, but she's like, it's okay, congratulations, you like deserved it, you did really great. And I was like, thank you so much yaar. Then we hugged and then she left, and then I was like, my confidence boosted up even more. And then they asked me to wait for the medical round. When I went into the medical round, now here what I learned is, don't be nervous and don't mess up such a good opportunity. Really don't. And believe in yourself, you can do it. At that point, I was so nervous. I also knew how difficult this selection was. Now, I heard a lot of things from the Delhi interview. They chose only, like, you know, experienced cabin crew. Most of them were experienced cabin crew, and from freshers, they chose only the best out of the best. Like in the first interview, okay? They chose, on the 5 girls, there was one who was best, but from the best, they chose bestest out of the best. So that was me. So that is how they were doing in every round in Delhi also. There was a thing that people were telling that in each GD round, they were choosing only one girl from each round. So that is how difficult it was. And here the thing was, since it was going on so fast, we definitely knew that no one got selected during those, like, you know, that between that 45 minutes that it was going on so fast, we knew that no one is getting selected. And when I went inside, I just saw 3 girls. One that was kept hold for her medical round, one, the girl that had to leave, and one was me. The girl that was on hold for them from the medical round, her heart was pounding and she was literally telling us all that.